Today I'm going to share with you 4 tips to attract more customers on Google for your flooring business. Today we're featuring House of Floors as part of this mini series looking at local Albuquerque flooring companies and sharing the mistakes, the opportunities, and everything in between for other flooring pros to learn and grow from. So let's get into it. First things first, we're going to start with my number 1 tip here on a Google search. You look up House of Floors. As far as I can tell, this business has been around for 10 years and they only have 34 reviews. So that's the first thing, right? Focus on reviews. More reviews, more visibility, and more people that see it will actually convert, go to the website, schedule an appointment. All right. So putting a review strategy in place, I got other videos about that. You can check out the comments or description below. Putting something in place for that is really important for you to attract more customers. It's also a conversion element. So it opens up visibility for your business, but it also converts the same number of eyeballs at a higher rate. The second thing that I would do is I would rock out tons more photos on this listing. So because they have a showroom, they should have a lot of photos of the showroom, okay, working with customers. They should also have pictures of finished installs. Even if they're just a flooring store, they should have more information, more visual real estate taken up here by showcasing things that they've done and done well. So those are things that I would do here with this Google business profile that would elevate it. There's some others as well. But the real focus of what I wanted to share with you here are the next 2 tips with this website that would help it reach a lot more people in their service area. Okay? They've done a lot well versus the other companies I've looked at here in the area. Okay? We could pick it apart. It's easy to pick anything apart. But they've got all these products lined out here. They have the shop attached to it. They have their various services, so different installations, right? Custom area rugs. There's even a spot for more services to view everything. So they've got all of the foundational work in place for this site to be successful. Now it's about layering in more on top of it to spread the net wider, reach a greater service area, and ultimately attract more business. So the first tip that I have over here, it's our third of the 4 that I promised you, is to add what we call service area pages. So there's nothing on here that will show you that, okay? Not even this location page where it shows you the showroom. But what I would do is I would add for service areas, if they're servicing the entire Albuquerque metro area, I would have a page that's dedicated to Albuquerque, a page dedicated to Rio Rancho, Placitas, Corrales. If you go as far as Las Lunas, Belen, you put those different cities here on the website. You could put it under the drop down of About Us. You could create a service areas, and then all the pages are linked through there. So those pages would be optimized for things like, Albuquerque flooring installation or Rio Rancho flooring contractors, different things that make sense for the business to create pages for that. So that's the first thing, is adding some service area pages. So this will also help with the Google business listing, letting it know that, yeah, we do serve a larger area. It doesn't guarantee by any means that this Google profile will show up in a search in Placitas, but having pages representing those areas does give you a chance of getting, some extra visibility for the business. Even if it's not a lot, it's still worth it. So that's a big one, adding service area pages. The last one that I have for you here is the big one. It's the doozy. It's the one that maybe you came here for. And they're making use of the blog. And I have a big tip that'll make this blog way more effective. Okay? So you'll notice here, and I looked at a couple of these before I turned the camera on. These blog posts, this is straight up copied and pasted out of ChatGPT. How can you tell? It's the formatting, right? So literally, whoever wrote this just copied and pasted it from ChatGPT. This is not doing the business any favors. It's not necessarily going to hurt them, but if you're going to put together blog content, at least, let's respect the reader and give them something that's interesting to read and consume, something that's going to be really helpful. So what can you do that would be much more helpful? I've shared this in some of the other videos, but I'm going to go hard on it right now. I think we should showcase the installs. So you would create a piece of content. Let's say you put a new floor in the Northeast Heights, right? You would create a blog post that's, we we turned floor, we transitioned from carpet to hardwood floors, this home in the Northeast Heights. You could even name the specific neighborhood that it's in. All that would be in the title. Then you would feature under it some information about the story, right? Why did this person decide to reach out and have their floors redone? What was going on in their life? What were the triggers that created that situation? Then look at telling the story of how it evolved, what the consultation was like, why they chose this versus that. Then when the install happened, were there any bumps in the road that you overcame? Were there any considerations that were special about this particular house in the install that you did? You include all of that information, and if you're bold, you might even include some information about the pricing or the price range that this install fell into. Why? Because these are all things that people are online searching for. Okay, and if you have a piece of content that's specific about the type of thing that that customer is looking for, you have examples of success in the past, you are definitely going to win an at bat. You're going to get the opportunity to put together an estimate for them and see if they go for it, right? So this is how to make a better use out of the blog versus just copying and pasting stuff from ChatGPT that, frankly, nobody cares about. So I would cut the AI stuff and I would, use AI instead to help you write a great blog post that's a case study like I just described. This is all better use of this blog functionality, and it's a way that this business could take things to the next level. So if you got something out of this video, if you want us to look at your business, give you a third-party perspective, put together a strategy for you to get more visibility for your flooring business, then check out the links in the description of this video or in the comments to book a call with me and my team. We can put together a strategy for you, take a look at your business, make something that's going to work great for you depending on where you're at and where you want to go. You'll also find information to guide you to the rest of the videos that are part of this series. I'll put those in the comments or the description below the video as well if you want to check them out. And finally, if you know somebody in the flooring industry that would benefit from what's in this video, tag them up in the comments below, let them know. I'm sure they'll be grateful, and so will I. With that being said, I appreciate you for watching this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.